When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
And just like that, Carlos Tavares is gone, Tim Kuniskis is back, and Stellantis hopefully is headed back to the future. And back to the future meaning let's get back to some sanity. Let's get back to a plan that makes sense. Let's get back to making the right kinds of cars that people want. Keep doing your electric thing if you want, because I get that that's, part of your mission, but don't go cold turkey. And that is where everything went wrong. But I did get a comment on my last video that I felt like was just fit so perfect into this video, because this gentleman wrote, and I'll put it up on the screen, not sure if Brad actually reads these comments, but in the history of corporate America, when has any company actually taken action to undo bad decisions made by executives that eventually had to get rid of? Never seen it happen. They never bring back jaded employees laid off. Rarely do they ever even attempt to go back to the old policies that gave them success. Almost always, they take a new route to fix things. I understand why you would think that. So, John Sandstrom 2356, the very next comment that somebody, very intelligent guy, wrote was Apple. So probably you were typing that comment on your iPhone. There's a high likelihood you were. And while you're typing it, it didn't occur to you that Apple is like the biggest example of a company that threw the car in reverse and said, go get that guy that was making things good. And frankly, today, if they could dig up Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, and bring him back, we wouldn't be getting the stupid minimal, almost no updates on our iPhones. So that, gentleman, was a massive shift, created a massive shift, and completely reversed that company's course and returned it to a better direction with a, what do you put in here, a jaded employee that was laid off or ran out, or however that took place. But even more proof that it actually does happen, looking for examples. And by the way, I appreciate the comment. I'm not beating up on you. I get the frustration, and believe me, I'm cautiously optimistic about anything getting better at this company. But I'm with that cautious optimism. I want to look at the actions and things that are taking place and acknowledge as they take place that they are a return to some semblance of intelligent behavior, at least just a sign of it. But another piece of evidence that they would go back and bring back laid off employees is Tim Kuniskis. I think we all would agree that Tim was nudged or pushed, forced or hurled out of that company because he was not going to play ball with the stupidity that Carlos Tavares was bringing anymore. Yet they brought him back. So here we have a situation where, okay, maybe it doesn't happen often, and maybe Apple is an anomaly, and maybe that's not a good comparison to Stellantis, but it has happened. And I'm not going to go, digging through Wikipedia to try to find when it has happened, because I believe that the reason why it generally doesn't happen isn't for the lack of desire on the behalf of the board of directors or leadership at the time. It's because situations kind of like what happened with Iacocca when he picked the wrong Bob, when he picked Bob Eaton to take over Chrysler and completely unravel and undo all the great work that Iacocca did. It was a mistake, and I think no matter what, Lee Iacocca is going down in history for not choosing Bob Lutz, and I don't think anybody could argue that point. I mean, what happened after that was disastrous. I think some of the articles were so horrible about Eaton's leadership and the direction that he took the company and how he could completely incinerate everything, all the great work that Iacocca did. And the reason why they couldn't go back and fix it, is too much irreparable damage was done. So in this situation, we have to hope and assume, pray that not too much damage was done to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. I have to lean to believe that, yes, a lot was done, and it may be hard to go back to the future completely. But in my plan that I rolled out, I shared with you all in my last video, I kind of accounted for a lot of the things that would be nearly impossible to do. I mean, certainly getting some of these factories back and reopening Brampton, and there's some things that would be challenging. But they're already tooled up. They're already ready to start launching the Charger 6-pack with the inline 6-cylinder twin-turbo gas engine. So they're already heading in that direction. And if you watch TK's videos, it sounds like they sent a couple of those bodies of those Chargers to Mexico to see if they can stuff a V8 in there and what that would look like. So they can do the things. They can reverse time a little bit here and bring back things that would be reminiscent of the stuff that we love, that would definitely return this company to a much better place. And bringing back Tim Kuniskis is definitely one of them. I think everyone would agree. And in my last video, if you didn't watch it and you're watching this one, before you say, but he's not running Dodge, he's running Ram trucks, go watch my other video. I believe Tim has the new guy influence. They had to talk him back in. They had to pay him. They had to, I'm not going to say beg because that's disrespectful, but they had to really, really twist his arm and convince him that they're ready to make a change to come back. Think about anytime anyone's broken up with somebody and they want to get back with you. There's a laundry list of things you want to know are going to get fixed before you get back together. So you know that Tim didn't just come skipping back in. He had plenty of money. Certainly the money was good, but he wasn't going to come back to something just for that reason. So no question, he's already saying, look, I'm going to fix Ram trucks. But you know he's got influence over Dodge. He's got influence over Stellantis, and he's going to use it. So without going through my entire other video, I'll also share with you another thing that kind of proves that Stellantis is at the very least showing signs of going back to the future and reversing time, because back in 2023, Carlos Tavares ended his relationship or their membership in the ACEA. It was the European Automobile Manufacturers Association, ACEA. Doesn't make any sense. But bottom line is, he ended his relationship with them. If you read about them, it sounds like they're pro-EV, they're pushing for the EV stuff to electrification. But the more you read, and if you read this article in Mopar Insider, it's not. They're very clandestine how they word everything, and it's become very clear and well known that they are not pushing for EV unless it can be done in a sustainable and respectful way to the business, the mathematics of the business, the economics of the business. Meaning they do not believe that we should go willy-nilly into the EV world and completely incinerate these businesses and completely incinerate the bare principles of these companies that has made them profitable for many, many years. This association did not agree with Carlos Tavares. Carlos Tavares did not agree with this association. He believed, no, we should go hard, cold turkey, all in on EVs, save the planet, and that's it. And there is no middle ground. There is nothing. We are going all in. And anything we do have is going to be tiny little engines and hybrids and stuff like that. But everything else, we're going heavy EV. And this association says, wait a minute, no, we're a lobbyist organization, and we're lobbying to loosen up the requirements in Europe to go EV, to loosen up the emission standards and requirements so that we can still make money and exist and stay in business. That's that association. So what happens now is Stellantis rejoins what Carlos left, rejoins and says, okay, we want to be part of this now. Carlos was screaming, you probably saw the articles months ago, screaming against what this association was lobbying for. Yet today, Stellantis goes back and says, hey, we're ready to come back. we're ready to join again. That cool? So this is a complete reversal. This is going back in time and saying, okay, we want to come back in. So I know, I get it, John Sandstrom and anybody else who thinks this is not possible, but I think there is a possibility that too much damage has not been done here in the U.S. I mean, no question, lots have been done. With the mass layoffs and the overseas shipping of all these jobs and going to battle with the suppliers, like the next thing we should start seeing is lawsuits getting dropped, the lawsuits with the UAW getting dropped, the lawsuits with the suppliers getting dropped. We should start seeing these things all get settled out, and that is reversing time. That is going back to the future. That is heading back to a better time in a better way, which is the future part where they can move forward. So I get it. It seems like there's just no way, but if there's a chance that too much damage has not already been done, which is why generally John, you're exactly right. It almost never happens because by the time they get rid of these CEOs that destroy companies, so much damage has been done that it's irreparable and they have to sell off the company, break off the company, go bankrupt, or some catastrophic thing takes place that means now the only way of survival is a completely new direction, new owners, mergers, acquisitions, all kinds of stuff like that. Well, I think that could still be in the cards. There could be some selling off, a merger, sending this, splitting off CDJR in America and to its own corporation. I believe that could happen. Definitely these things because of a lot of the irreparable damage, but I still think there's a chance because all that great stuff still exists and belongs to CDJR that they can definitely bring some stuff back. So stay tuned. Go watch TK's video where he talked about the CUDA and some other stuff that it just makes sense. Omnis and cheap cars and all that. I just think there's a chance they do go back to the future to an extent, and they could save this thing. But if they don't, I'll be here to call them out. So will TK and Butter and everybody else. So with that, everybody, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
And when I came to, I had a revelation, a vision, a picture in my head, a picture of this. This is what makes time travel possible.